cross runway 8, then Alpha Lima, Alpha Charlie Echo Golf Hotel,
right,
cross runway 15 right, then Hotel 6 Air Canada 618.
Ground Jazz 885, taxi to parking.
Jazz 885, taxi to parking via Juliet 2, Juliet, cross runway 15 right, then cross runway 15 left, then Bravo, cross runway 05, then Alpha Foxtrot.
Cockpit to ground.
Juliet 2, Juliet, cross runway 15 right, then cross runway 15 left, then Bravo, cross runway 05, then Alpha Foxtrot, Jazz 885.
Rouge 1548, contact tower on 118.4.
Switching to tower, Rouge 1548.
Ground Jazz 900 taxi to the ramp.
Jazz 900 taxi to parking via Delta 5.
Toronto ground, Jazz 8784, requests taxi to the runway.
Delta 5, Delta Tango, Tango 1, Jazz 900
Jazz 8784, taxi to runway 6 left, cross runway 1, then cross runway 2, then Alpha Tango, Romeo, cross runway 15 left, then
Tow
Echo,
truck
Delta,
disconnected,
Delta
bypass
8.
pin removed.
Contact tower on 118.35
Left
when
is
ready
clear,
for
right is
departure.
clear.
Taxi to runway 6 left, cross runway 1. Then cross runway 2. Then Alpha Tango Romeo, cross 15 left. Then Echo Delta, Delta 8, tower on 118.35 when ready for departure. So we're going out straight here. Those taxi instructions made 0 sense. But anyway, Alpha Tango, we're going to cross 15 left.
Ground Air Canada 184, taxi to the gate.
Air Canada 184,
Then we're going to go down
taxi
to
parking via Delta
Echo.
7, cross runway 06 left, then Charlie 7, Charlie Alpha, Alpha Kilo, cross runway 6 at your discretion.
Delta 7, cross runway 06 left, then Charlie 7, Charlie, Alpha, Alpha Kilo, cross runway 6, our discretion,
Go
Air Canada
run down
184.
to Delta. And then we're going to run down to... We're going to make a left on Echo and then a right on Delta. Despite all the crazy instructions. All right, let's get rolling. Couple things first. Let's go flap 8.
Contact tower on 118.4.
Switching to tower, Rouge 1705.
Flight directors are on. Yes, definitely. I love planes. You saw it. Those instructions made 0 sense. Let's go ahead and arm our thrust reversers. And we are ready. Let's roll. Parking brake released. Beacon on, taxi light on, quick brake check. All right, I love planes. Have a good evening as well. Thanks for stopping by. See ya.
Brickyard 3640, ready for pushback. Pushback and start approved. Brickyard 3640.
Attention all aircraft, information India is now current, altimeter 3016.
Ground, Rouge 1716, taxi to the gate.
Toronto ground, Jazz 8784, crossing 15 left at Romeo.
Juliet 2, Juliet, cross runway 15 right, then Foxtrot, cross runway 05, then Charlie 4, Charlie Alpha, Alpha Kilo, cross runway 6, our discretion, Rouge 1716.
Jazz 8784, cross runway 15 left at Romeo approved.
Air Canada 842.
Brickyard 3640, ready to taxi.
Brickyard 3640, taxi to runway 6 left, cross runway 11, then Delta Tango Delta 5, Charlie Charlie 4, Delta Delta 6.
6 left, cross runway 11, then Delta Tango, Delta 5, Charlie Charlie 4, Delta Delta 6, Brickyard 3640.
Air Canada 842, taxi to runway 5, cross runway 12, then Tango 1, Delta Tango Delta 5, Charlie Echo Golf Hotel, cross runway 15 right, then Hotel 6.
5. Cross runway 12, then Tango 1, Delta Tango Delta 5, Charlie Echo Golf Hotel. Cross runway 15 right, then Hotel 6, Air Canada 842.
Definitely I love planes. Ah! Alright, traffic. This traffic injection still needs some work. Why are they telling me to taxi down a runway and sending the plane the wrong way?
Transat 188, ready for pushback. Push to start approved. Air Transat 188.
Alright, so we're going down to Delta.
Air
I'm
Transat
sorry.
188, ready to taxi.
Yeah, Delta.
Air Transat
I'm going to go
188,
right on
taxi to
Delta.
runway 5 via Kilo Juliet Foxtrot, cross runway 05, then hotel, cross runway 15 right, then hotel 6.
5 via Kilo Juliet Foxtrot, cross runway 05, then hotel, cross runway 15 right, then hotel 6, Air Transat 188.
We're getting there. That's Victor. This is Delta.
Air Canada 800, contact tower on 118.35.
Switching to tower, Air Canada 800. Ground, Air Canada 427, taxi to the gate.
Air Canada 427, taxi to parking via Juliet 2, Juliet, cross runway 15 right, then Foxtrot, cross runway 05, then Charlie 4, Charlie, Delta 5, Delta Tango, cross runway 11, then cross runway 12 at your discretion.
Juliet 2, Juliet, cross runway 15 right, then Foxtrot, cross runway 05, then Charlie 4, Charlie, Delta 5, Delta Tango, cross runway 11, then cross runway 12, our discretion, Air Canada 427.
Air Canada 1033, contact tower on 118.3.
Switching to tower, Air Canada 1033.
Jazz 8784, contact tower on 118.35, so long.
Over to tower 118.35 for Jazz 8784. Thanks for ATC. Toronto Tower, good evening. Jazz 8784 at runway 6 left, requesting departure.
Jazz 8784, runway 06 left, winds 130 at 6, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 6 left, Jazz 8784. All right, strobes on. Landing lights on. Runway is clear. Runway is clear. Let's go ahead and
Holding short of runway 15 right, Air Canada 427.
positive rate of climb. Gear up.
Jazz 8784, contact departure on 124.475.
Over to 124.475 for Jazz 87. Pearson departure, good evening. Jazz 8784 with you, 1,900.
Jazz 8784, Toronto departure, radar contact, climb 13,000, direct due sum.
Climb 13,000, direct due sum, Jazz 8784.
Jazz 8784, identified. Good evening. Jazz 8784, climb flight level 220.
Climb flight level 220, Jazz 8784.
Departure, Brickyard 3640, 2,000 for 4,000.
Brickyard 3640, radar contact, climb and maintain 9,000.
Up to 9,000, Brickyard 3640.
Departure Air Canada 103, 32,000 for 4,000.
Air Canada 1033, radar contact, climb and maintain 10,000.
Climb 10,000, Air Canada 1033.
Brickyard 3640, contact Toronto departure on 119.3.
Over to Toronto departure on 119.3, Brickyard 3640. Toronto departure, Brickyard 3640, 1,000 Tata.
Brickyard 3640, radar contact. Delta 2199, contact Cleveland Center on 118.625.
Over to Cleveland Center on 118.625, G Delta 2199.
Brickyard 3640, contact Toronto Center on 127.0.
Switching to Toronto Center on 127.0, E, Brickyard 3640.
Jazz 8784, climb flight level 260.
Climb flight level 260, Jazz 8784.
Jazz 8784, maintain present altitude of 19,000 feet.
Maintain altitude of 1,900 feet, Jazz 8784.
Air Canada 1033, climb and maintain flight level 200.
Up to flight level 200, Air Canada 1033.
Air Canada 1033, contact Cleveland Center on 132.25.
Over to Cleveland Center on 132.25, Air Canada 1033.
All right, landing lights come off. stow the reversers. APU can close up.
Air Canada 1033, contact Chicago Center on 124.825.
Over to Chicago Center on 124.825, Air Canada 1033.
Jazz 8784, climb flight level 320. Clear, direct Bradford.
Clear Bradford, Air Canada.
Climb flight level 320, Jazz 8784. Above 18,000, standard barrow.
Jazz 8784, climb flight level 350.
Climb flight level 350, Jazz 8784.
Jazz 8784, contact Toronto Center on 127.0.
Over to Toronto Center 127.0, Jazz 8784. Toronto Center, good evening, Jazz 8784 with you. Flight level 206 up to going up to 350 here.
Jazz 8784, Toronto Center, identified. Good evening.
Oh, look at that sunset, chat. What a beautiful, beautiful picture. Now bring you back into the flight deck here. Getting some pretty hefty headwinds right now, but once we make this turn, we're going to pick up that tailwind. And we're going to be flying like Earnhardt down to Reagan. Got 28 minutes till top of descent. Just joined the stream. Welcome.
Toronto Center, Air Transat 955, flight level 200.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, whatever it is that your favorite streaming service wants you to do to make sure you get notifications of when I go live.
Jazz 999, contact Toronto approach on 128.8.
Over to Toronto approach on 128.8, Jazz 999.
Air Transat 955, contact Toronto approach on 128.8.
Over to Toronto approach on 128.8E, Air Transat 955.
3908, contact Buffalo approach on 126.5.
Over to Buffalo approach on 126.5 gauge Southwest 3908. Cleveland Center, Southwest 3908, 14,000.
Southwest 3908, radar contact.
Cleveland Center, Alaska 16, flight level 330.
Radar contact.
Oh, that's a cool view.
Jazz 8784, Toronto Center, contact Cleveland Center on 125.2.
Over to Cleveland Center, 125.2 for Jazz 8784. Cleveland Center, good evening. Jazz 8784. Flight level 327-4350.
Jazz 8784, Cleveland Center, good evening.
All right, let's bring you guys back into the flight deck here. We have 18 minutes till top descent, as indicated on our PFD right there, alt cap. So we are within 1,000 feet of flight level 350. And once we hit 35, we should pick up a little speed there. we have hit cruising altitude 35,000.
Southwest 3066, contact Toronto Center on 135.825.
Got about 95 miles to the VOR.
Switching to Toronto Center on 135.82,
Excuse me, 132 miles.
3066.
Top of descent.
Jazz 8784, Cleveland Center, expect the Skills 5 arrival. Plan for descent in maybe 20 minutes.
Expect the Skills 5 arrival. Plan for descent in about 20 minutes. Jazz 8784. Excuse me.
Cleveland Center, Southwest 3066, flight level 320. Southwest 3066, radar contact.
Let's see, the winds at Reagan are according to Atlanta 090 at 6.
Cleveland Center, American 1327, flight level 300.
American 1327, radar contact.
York Center, JetBlue 624, flight level 330.
JetBlue 624, radar contact.
Alright, we got top of descent coming up in about 36 miles. We're about halfway there. According to Atlanta, we are going to pass State College on our right side.
Jazz 8784, contact New York Center on 134.8.
Over to 1.4. Over to 134.8, Jazz 8784. New York Center, good evening, Jazz 8784 with you, flight level 350.
Jazz 8784, New York Center, good evening.
New York Center, Jazz 8784, requesting descent.
Jazz 8784, descend via Skills 5 into Reagan.
Descend via Skills 5 into Reagan, Jazz 8784. So, 12,000. So we're going to 12,000. Nav data says we need to go 2,800 feet a minute to reach that from this top of descent point.
New York Center, Southwest 1247, flight level 290.
Southwest 1247, radar contact.
New York Center, Southwest 3979, flight level 230.
Southwest 3979, radar contact. FedEx 1253, radar contact.
Put the speed brakes out for a second, lead off some of the speed a little bit. Getting a little too fast for my liking there. let's look at our ILS 1 chart. So we need to be down to 2,500 by Katrin. Decision height is 214. Passing through 18,000 feet. Arrow 3011. Got 10 miles to Skills.
Jazz 8784, contact Potomac approach on 119.85.
Over to 119.85 for Jazz 8784. Potomac approach, good evening, Jazz 8784. With you. 15,300 down to 12,000, descending on the Skills 5 arrival.
Jazz 8784, Potomac approach, good evening, Reagan altimeter 30.12, expect the ILS runway 1 approach into Reagan.
Expect the ILS 1 approach into Reagan, Jazz 8784. Hello, good evening. Unfortunately, I do not understand French, if that's what you put in the chat. Welcome to the stream, EDOU2001. Welcome. Make sure you like and subscribe to my little spot here on Twitch. I'll be back tomorrow evening as well with CRJ Ops. We'll be going from
Reagan approach, Spirit Wings 2174,
Roswell,
16,000.
New Mexico over to Dallas-Fort Worth.
Spirit Wings 2174, radar contact.
So we're going back down. We're going down to 10,000 feet because we have to cross the Baltimore VOR at 10,000. So we need about 700 feet a minute to accomplish that. And I got to keep my speed under 250 knots.
United 2322, contact Baltimore Tower on 119.4.
Now we're 12 miles from Baltimore, Washington.
Switching to Baltimore Tower on 119.4, United 2322.
We'll be crossing over that Baltimore VOR shortly here.
Baltimore Tower, United 2322, established on the RNAV, Zulu runway 33 left.
United 2322, roger.
Watching the speed. That beep means we are 1,000 feet. Cap 10,000. And we're going to maintain 10,000 until most likely cavity until ATC gives us further instructions. Pump up my rate of descent real quick so I meet the VOR restriction. Go. That's the thing with this aircraft. There is no autopilot. Or correction, there is no auto throttle. There is autopilot, but you have to be on the throttle in this plane. It's very easy to overspeed it. It's very easy to lose your speed real quick, especially if you're not paying attention. Like earlier when I was trying to take some screenshots. Next thing you know, I was overspeeding for about 9-10 seconds. Alright, we're passing Laurel and Odenton. And we're going to pass Greenbelt to the right-hand side. Losing too much speed here, chat. Gotta pick up my speed just a little bit here.
United 2478, contact Washington Center on 135.525.
Over to Washington Center on 135.525, United 2478.
United 2478, proceed direct hams.
Roger. Direct ham Z, United 2478.
Reagan approach, Frontier Flight 4092, 9,000. Frontier Flight 4092, radar contact.
There's the airport ahead, but we're basically gonna cut by the, we're gonna basically come down and then turn into final. Potomac approach, Jazz 8784, requesting further descent.
Jazz 8784, descend and maintain 12,000 feet, altimeter 30.12.
Descend and maintain 1,200, Jazz 8784. Got my speed brakes deployed here because we are now that made no sense. We're just gonna go to 2,500.
Frontier Flight 4092, direct Souls. Cleared for the ILS runway 28 approach. Descend and maintain 2300 until established.
Descending to 2300, cleared for the ILS runway 28 approach. Frontier Flight 4092.
Frontier Flight 4092, contact Baltimore Tower on 119.4.
Over to Baltimore Tower on 119.4. Frontier Flight 4092.
Jazz 8784, descend and maintain 3500, turn right heading 200 vectors for the ILS runway 1 approach.
Descend and maintain 3,500, turn right heading 200 vectors for ILS 1 approach. Jazz 8784.
Baltimore Tower, Frontier Flight 4092 established on the ILS runway 28.
Frontier Flight 4092, roger. Jazz 8784, turn right heading 210.
Turn right heading 210, Jazz 8784.
Jazz 8784, 5 miles from Cat Rain. Turn right heading 315, descend and maintain 2500 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 1 approach.
Turn right heading 315, descend and maintain 2,500 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 1 approach, Jazz 8784.
Departure, Etihad 6 Hotel Zulu 2000 for 4000.
Etihad 6 Hotel Zulu, radar contact. Climb and maintain 11, 1000.
Up to 11, 1000, Etihad 6 Hotel Zulu.
Etihad 6 Hotel Zulu, contact Reagan departure on 119.85.
Over to Reagan departure on 119.85, Etihad 6 Hotel Zulu.
Departure, American 2903 2000 for 4000.
American 2903, radar contact, climb and maintain 12, 2000.
Up to 12, 2000, American 2903.
Reagan departure, Etihad 6 Hotel Zulu at 1000.
Etihad 6 Hotel Zulu, radar contact. American 2903, contact Potomac departure on 119.85.
Switching to Potomac departure on 119.85, American 2903. Potomac departure, American 2903 at 1000.
American 2903, radar contact.
Potomac approach, Jazz 8784, requesting further direction.
Jazz 8784, turn right heading 315, descend and maintain 2500 feet until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 1 approach at Reagan.
Turn right heading 315, descend and maintain 2,500 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 1 approach into Reagan, Jazz 8784.
United 367 at 1000. United 367, radar contact.
Potomac approach, Jazz 8784, requesting further direction, further vectors.
Jazz 8784, fly heading 0905 for vectors to intercept the ILS runway 1 approach at Reagan.
Fly vector 0905 for the ILS 1 approach into Reagan, Jazz 8784.
Scandinavian 926, radar contact, climb and maintain 13, 3000.
Climb 13, 3000, Scandinavian 926.
Sorry, Chad, his vectors were not even close to him. Trying to maintain 220.
Departure, United 932, 2,000 for 4,000.
United 932, radar contact. Climb and maintain 11-1-1000.
Up to 11-1-1000, United 932.
American 2903, contact Washington Center on 126.875.
Switching to Washington Center on 126.875, Charles American 2903.
Etihad 6 Hotel Zulu, contact Washington Center on 135.525.
Switching to Washington Center on 135.525, Etihad 6 Hotel Zulu.
Southwest 626, direct Marty on. Cleared for the RNAV runway 01 approach. Descend and maintain altitude 2500 until established.
Down to 2500, cleared for the RNAV runway 01 approach, Southwest 626.
Southwest 626, contact Reagan Tower on 119.1.
Switching to Reagan Tower on 119.1, Southwest 626. Reagan Tower, Southwest 626, established on the RNAV runway 01.
Southwest 626, roger.
Departure, United 1896, 2,000 for 4,000.
United 1896, radar contact, climb and maintain 12-1-2000.
Up to 12-1-2000, United 1896.
United 1896, contact Reagan departure on 119.85.
Switching to Reagan departure on 119.85, United 1896. Reagan departure, United 1896 at 1,000.
United 1896, radar contact. American 2903, climb and maintain flight level 250.
Up to flight level 250, American 2903.
departure. United 2136, 2000 for 4000.
United 2136, radar contact. Climb and maintain 11,1000.
Up to 11,1000, United 2136.
Departure American 1804 2000 for 4000.
American 1804, radar contact. Climb and maintain 11,1000.
Climb 11,1000, American 1804.
United 2136, contact Reagan departure on 119.85.
Switching to Reagan departure on 119.85. United 2136.
American 1804, contact Potomac departure on 119.85.
Switching to Potomac departure on 119.85, American 1804.
Reagan departure, United 2136 at 1000.
United 2136, radar contact.
Potomac departure, American 1804 1000.
American 1804, radar contact. American 1804, contact Washington Center on 134.5.
Over to Washington Center on 134.5, the American 1804.
American 1804, contact New York Center on 133.5.
Switching to New York Center on 133.5, the American 1804.
Departure United 942 2000 for 4000.
United 942, radar contact. Climb and maintain 9,000.
Climb 9000, United 942.
United 942, contact Reagan departure on 119.85.
Switching to Reagan departure on 119.85 here, United 942. Reagan departure, United 942 at 1000.
United 942, radar contact. United 942, contact Washington Center on 132.275.
Switching to Washington Center on 132.275, United 942.
Jazz 8784, contact Reagan Tower on 119.1.
119.1 for Jazz 8784. Reagan Tower, good evening. Jazz 87. Reagan Tower, good evening. Jazz 8784, 8 mile final, runway 1.
Jazz 8784, Reagan Tower, wind 090 at 6, runway 1 cleared to land.
Clear to land runway 1, Jazz 8784. Continue.
Minimums. 100. Minimums. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. Minimums.
Reversers are out. Not the center line that I wanted, but a little hot on the landing, but that's okay.
Jazz 8784, welcome to Reagan. Contact ground on 121.7.
Over to 121.7 for Jazz 8784. Alright, let's stop. Let's get a couple things cleaned up here. Let's get the APU on. LCD open. APU is starting up. Let's go ahead and flaps. Flaps, the slats are stowed. APU is available. Let's go ahead and contact ground. Jazz 8784, request taxi to the gate.
Jazz 8784, taxi 285 via Mike Juliet Foxtrot Kilo. Have a good day.
Taxi to A5 via Mike Juliet Foxtrot Kilo, Jazz 8784. Alright, so let's look at our chart here. So we're going to go to Mike. He said Mike Kilo, Mike Foxtrot Kilo. Instructions make zero sense to me. They did the same thing in Toronto. So we are going to go ahead and turn the strobe off. So based on that, because there is no Foxtrot here. Oh, okay, so it still doesn't make sense. Because I vacated at Mike, so he should tell me to go Mike Juliet Foxtrot, so we should make him quick. Yeah, let's do that. Mike Juliet down to Foxtrot, right on Foxtrot, and then a quick left on Kilo. Alright, so got our flaps all cleaned up.
American 958, taxi to parking via November, Kilo 1.
November Kilo 1, American 958.
There's our gate there, chat. Gate Alpha 5. Park brake is on. Cut the engines. And welcome to Washington Reagan. Chocks in, get our ground power cart connected. Fuel bumps can go off, external power. Come on. Seatbelt sign goes off, window. Go ahead and request deboarding.
The boarding requested. Passengers deboarding starting.
Fuel pumps are off. Go ahead. Stop the APU. Hydros go off. Lights can go off. Alright, let's look at some stats here.
Do you want to deboard crew? Crew deboarding starting. Your crew has deboarded.
Alrighty guys, so we are deboarded. Landing rate sucked tonight, 824. I'm gonna blame that one on ETC. I mean, you saw how bad the vectoring was, how bad the instructions were. So that's all I can say. Give it another go tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, plan is to be back in the CRJ for Roswell over to Dallas Fort Worth. So other than that, that's it for this evening. Thanks for joining me. Off landings, don't do anything I wouldn't do, and have a good one. I'll see you tomorrow night, 8:15, 8:30.